And also have with me this morning my co-presenter, Jojo.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning? The day is beautiful and fair. Hope you're having a good time. As usual on this program, we have a lot to keep you educated, enlightened, and entertained. So just stay with us on this program. We'll be starting with the family segment, the religious segment will be there, and all these segments to keep you stayed to your television.
So,
okay, Peggy, what's happening around town this morning?
Today is Dubai market, and already everywhere is filled, crowded with drivers, commercial drivers, private owners, drivers. They're all on the road this morning. And the beauty of it this morning, the traffic officials, they are there to control the traffic.
Okay.
And yesterday was the International Day of the Girl Child.
All right.
And with the theme, digital generation, our generation.
All right, we'll look at it later.
Yes.
All right, we have some special guests with us this morning. We'll be looking at joint accounts by families. Some people will tell you that my account, my money is my money. So that will say our money is our money. So there's this problem about operating a joint account. Is it necessary? Is it sacrosanct that couples should operate joint account? When should they start preparing for it, or when they're already in the marriage, or when they're about to get married? We have some guests with us who will be looking at this topic this morning, and they'll be throwing more light in order to have a stable and a financial based home. We have Malam Bako this morning. Good morning once again for your time.
Good morning, Joy.
You're looking so different. So.
Thank you for the compliment.
This is the first time he's putting on the
Ankara. All right, we have Pastor Richard Ben, always looking dazzling. Good morning, madam.
Thank you. Good morning, viewers.
All right, let me come to you, ma'am.
Okay.
Operating joint account. Is it what I should think about, or my money is my money and everybody should just like bring their own, not that we should put in our money in the same account? What's your take on that?
Well, operating joint accounts, like you rightly put, is it something you decide when you're already in marriage, or is something you talk about while in courtship? For me, I think it's something you talk about while you're in courtship. Although sometimes you talk about it, and when you now step into marriage, especially for the women, and you now discover so much money is entering your hand, and there is this tendency now we want to make you like, hey, my husband, keep your money, and then I keep my money. And two, there are persons who are not even operating joint account, and they're having it well. They're having it well. Surprisingly, I don't operate joint account with my husband.
Why?
But my husband knows every penny that enters my hand. That's the ultimate. When there is no secrecy, where the man have a say over your money as a woman, even though you are not operating joint account, I think that is the ultimate. Because I know persons who probably may be operating joint account. I mean, their resources are together. The man earns his money, brings his money on the table. The woman earns her money, put it on the table, yet they have this tussle, they have this, there's this problem that still surfaces along the line. So the ultimate, why we are discussing joint account this morning, is number one, we don't want money to bring problem between you and your husband, number one. Number two, the man should have a say over the woman's money. The woman should equally have a say over her husband's money.
Wow.
Yes.
All right.
Let me go to Bako.
It is funny to think about having a joint account with your wife, because you women I'm happy I'm surrounded by you this morning. You know how it is. Sometimes everything there can be understanding in everything, but not with money with women. Because there's so much to buy with money. I'm sorry, with due respect. And so when a joint account is being operated, the tendency is the fact that when you need your money to spend for minor, what we may refer to as minor, which are so dear important to you, there are going to be issues. Money for lead, money for maracas, or money for
mascara,
whatever you call it. whatever you call it. To men, these are very, very things that are not very important as far as family issues are concerned. But to the women, they are very, very dear to the women. And so I think, like my colleague has rightly said, the issue is about trust. On the issue of when and how to get it done, yes, it should be something that had to be agreed before one even get to marriage. And I also want to say that it should not be sacrosanct, that it must be. If you get into it and that it's not possible, you can just cleverly allow everybody to operate his or her own account, provided that trust, provided that everybody believes that, look, this is what comes in, this is what goes out. Well, at the end of it all, you see, the issue of marriage doesn't have to be a matter of joint account. It should be a matter of understanding between the man and the woman. How are the incomes of both parties? When and how do they come in? And what are the expenditures? And how the expenditures in the house are used in a way that everybody knows the role to play and when to come in. Once this is there, whether there's a joint account or no joint account, the marriage sustains. But sometimes too, joint account can be very, very troublesome when you put it together. But the only way I see that joint account become relevant is towards the end of the marriage. When I say towards the end of the marriage, we pray that we live long in marriages. When deaths have to take one of the spouse, when family begin to scan around for properties of the other person. And so you see that you cannot just drawn into that and say, give me all the particulars, because even if I give it to you, you cannot do anything with it because we are joint running the account.
Right.
I think that
Thank you.
I don't want to go for a break.
No, but before we go for a break,
okay. I want to come with this question. We see people, they share the same thoughts, they share the same ideas, and share the same bed. But coming to couples keeping their monies together is problem, and that's what you're talking about. Why is this so?
When you say you share the same bed, you go there freely at will and with love.
And again,
with love and joy of sharing the bed together. But when you keep money somewhere, you are putting the custody of somebody, and there's every tendency that before you can go there, you have to seek my opinion to go there. If we are sharing the same bed, when you are going to sleep, you don't have to say I must follow you to go and sleep before you go and sleep. You can go to your bed at any time you want to sleep and rest there. I will join you later. But in the joint account, when you need your money as a woman, that's particular. I'm talking about the woman. When you need your money, men need money for very essential things. I'm sorry to say that's somehow a fact in marriage. You need money for feeding, for house rent, for school fees, for so many things. But women need money for other things other than such essential things. And so if you are in a joint account and that is the only source of fund that you have, you see, it gets to a time become irritating to the man. You want money to buy all those small things, and so it's better.
But they can still operate the joint account and have their own personal account. And it should be stated there now that
nothing stops you from saying running an account. But what is the need? I mean, where the money come from that you don't have to run two accounts these days? You don't even have money to run one account, talk about running two accounts. So the fact is that for safety purposes, I will advocate that run your account, I run my account. Right. But let us know. Let us be able to know exactly where we are supposed to contribute to family expenditures.
Thank you so much. Maybe we'll be able to continue with this discussion after the morning news, or maybe we'll take it to next week, because the Bible says the two shall come together and become one. But when it comes to money, we are like, we have different thoughts on that. I will be coming to retrospect, so you just have that thought that what if the man insists that we should operate joint account, and the woman, and you need to obey your husband. So we'll come to that after the morning news. Please don't go away. Tuesday's edition, reaching you live from a broadcasting service Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. We are on the family segment, and earlier we were discussing about operating joint accounts by couples. So this will continue with our discussion, and we have our guest with us. We have Pastor Retrospect. Once again, welcome, Madam, to the show.
Thank you.
Malam Bako, it's a pleasure having you around.
Thank you very much.
All right. Before we went for the money news, I was asking that this is marriage, you're already in it, and you should always obey your husband. And the husband is insisting, Pastor Rich Prosper, and I'm staying with you right now. And your husband is insisting, babe, I want us to operate joint account. What should a woman do? I mean, and I just love to get my money back, keep my money for myself. What should I do when my husband is insisting?
Well, let me give a life instance of a woman that told me that the husband insists they put their monies together. They two of them have very bosom businesses running, and they had a project account, and then they had another account where they put their resources together. And the woman came back to me and said she's having issue putting money together with her husband. He said the man is always having reason to withdraw. But she does not have any reason to withdraw, because woman, once the monthly allowance for feeding is already in place, what does she have money that? What does she use money? There's no other thing she will use money for. He said, but the husband will come up and say, oh, I have a project now. I want to give welfare to the so people, and then you withdraw money. Oh, there's one of my siblings. He need money to start business, and he said so. She now told me, said, I equally want to go and raise foundation, so that I will always go to him and say, I equally need money for my foundation, so that I will equally have reason to go to the account to withdraw money. Now, this is the problem that women have with men. If we have decided to put an account together, then it should be spelled out for what reason or at what time each individual will go to that account to make withdrawal. But when that is not spelled out, and one party is always going to withdraw, I am always putting my money, but you are always going to withdraw. Of course, you put your money too, but you withdraw bulk amount. I mean, the woman will begin to I don't understand. We need to separate this thing. So there must be agreement, and then the two of you must work together to make sure that that account is running properly, so that the woman does not feel relegated. Sometimes she even want to come and make withdrawal for her persons, maybe for her, and the man will no, that is not important. Oh, it's only your people that are important, my own people are not important. These are little things that bring issues. If they are well tackled, I think the woman will not have problem.
Pastor Mr. Malambako, do you have something to add to that?
I think the only thing I would want to add to that is the fact that joint account should be account open for specific areas within the marriage project. It should not just be an account to be run for general purpose. It should be maybe a joint account for A or for B reasons, so that when we are going there to withdraw, we are withdrawing for that purpose. Definitely, like Madam Ali said, marriage is not just about you and your husband alone. Your family, where you are coming from, also counts. And there are times you will need to make provisions for them. Not necessarily going to ask your spouse, should I or should I not? And when you cannot meet this, obviously if you're not speaking out, it causes a lot of problems within you that could aggravate other issues. When little other issue comes up, it will be a carryover that will now make you that will now bring out an outburst. So I think that for me,
the man is 60 now.
Yeah, you know. So I think the best thing to do is, okay, we have a joint account for project A, or for house building, or for children's fees, or for that. But apart from that, we should have when we do have a general purpose account, we should also have our private account. But like I said before, when money is not forthcoming, that's where you can have two accounts running. But it is where you have a robust business that can also, okay, this one goes for the joint account, while I have somewhere. But again, that will amount to other privacy on the side of the man or the woman. But when you now have a general account, then you now have a private account, then of course it's no longer, the purpose is defeated. So okay. I strongly recommend that.
Is there any benefit in opening a joint account in the family?
Oh, so much benefits. So much benefits. You see, the problem about joint account is what we just highlighted. If we are able to tackle those problems, there is so much benefit. And Malabako made a very striking statement, and I want to re-emphasize on it. For younger couples like us, we can insist, let's have a joint account, or let's not have a joint account. If you do not have a joint account, please, if you are not running a joint account like myself, make sure that your spouse knows your earnings, knows the money that is entering your hand, knows the accounts that you have, and then plan B should be made. Maybe you're opening your account. Who is your next of kin? Yeah. Your next of kin should be your husband or your wife. Listen, many spouses have died, and their money is confiscated in the banks because either the husband or wife did not have any owners, didn't know anything about those accounts, neither knowing anything about it or even how to go about the withdrawing the money that are inside, now that the owner of the account is no more. So I am pleading with couples. I want to do it secret. My wife is always asking too much. She's asking, like Malabako rightly put, women, once you see money, and let me only say that, women, discipline yourself. If your husband knows that once you see money with him, until that money finishes, you won't allow him rest, then he will be forced to begin to go and want to open a secret account, and it won't be for your good. Let me hold it there.
Okay, talking about women, some of them not being disciplined. I want to reverse it, because some men are not the disciplined ones.
Yeah.
They are the ones that want to buy the new phone,
the new car,
iPhone,
even though the car there is.
Yes, so it's both ways. Most of them are not. Some of the, maybe the woman is not disciplined or the man is not disciplined. But let me come to this before we round it up. Joint account helps in process of monitoring incomes that comes in the family. We find out that some persons, maybe the woman, she's having enough money, and because of that, she wants to build her own personal house, because we find that in some cases, most women, they are building and the husband is not aware. But I believe if they are together, the man will know that why is this woman withdrawing money to do some kind of things. So in such situation that maybe joint account helps in monitoring each other's income and activities,
financial activities.
So what do you suggest now? Especially for some men who want to, like, I don't know whether my wife is building for her family and I'm not aware. Madam Bako.
Honestly, as a counselor, I don't subscribe to women building houses without their husband's knowledge. I don't subscribe to that at all. Except you want your marriage to collapse.
Yeah.
Look, like you said at the beginning, this is two becoming one. And when it comes to issues like the cars I have, they are Mr. and Mrs. Bako Yusuf. Not talk of the houses. So I think that is area we have to really know, because we should not be looking at today, except you don't love your wife. If you love your wife and you love your family, protect them, because you don't know who died first. That's very important. That's very important, because if anything happens to you, everything that is not in your name and that of your wife, the family will come to ask for it. Most family, let me use that word so that I will not say the family generalize, but most family will come to say, these are our son's property. Before you start saying, oh, we bought it together, it becomes an issue. To that extent, joint account is preferable. But apart from that, the fact that when a woman can even have a joint account, and when she's going to be mischievous, she can even have other money that can even build her a house somewhere without the husband's knowledge. That's why I said this thing should be on trust and love. Yes. It's not only because we want it to be, it should be on trust and love. So if you love your husband, you love your wife, you begin to do things together, or even unknowingly. So the issue of joint account comes in, and you begin to work with anybody that you are running a joint account. But again, too, like Madam Ali said, you can even have a private account. I'm sorry, even though I'm not here, my wife can hear this. She runs my account. When I was working, when I'm traveling out of the country, I give her my the check given to me. I give her authority to go and claim it. And when I come, where we are living today, she bought the land, started the foundation, and I only came to complete it. So if there are trust and love, such things does not really matter a lot. But it's just that some person just feel that, oh, we are married, but we are not in marriage. There are two different. We are married, but we are not in marriage. So everybody still does whatever he likes, even inside the marriage situation. So that is it. So it's a very strong word. We are married, but we are not in marriage.
No, because
yes,
because it's the mindset. Some women and men, they have this mindset before going to marry. You understand? They have this mindset that when I get there, this is what I will do. My wife, my husband.
Yeah, the marriage is a different ball game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much. I'm still thinking, what am I going to get at from this? Pastor Richard, then your final thoughts on this joint account in marriage, please. And if the other and some persons right now will be having some challenges concerning this.
Okay, first and foremost, let me say that if you are the wife or the husband who is a spender, discipline yourself. If you are the type also who do not have a break in your spending, and then once you discover your wife, because we said when the woman discover the husband have money, until the money get finishes, she will not let go. There are men too, when they discover their wife have money, he won't bring any other money out for home run because he knows the wife have money until that money get finishes. And then when you ask him, what he said, no, now you know that money in your hand now, use it now. Or when you just, a woman told me, I just started a business and the business is just growing. There are stages you don't make withdrawal from businesses, or else the business liquidate. And the husband would say, anytime she now says, oh, the home run, you know, he said, you know you have business now, go there and then do the needful. So please be disciplined as has to do. Be trust, let there be openness, or no regard, like Madam Bako rightly said. I want to emphasize, should a woman go building houses or buying cars without the notice of the husband, neither should the man do.
Yeah.
Oh yes, neither should the man go into
doing anything without
doing projects.
Yes.
Without the not the consent now, the notice of the wife. Not just like Madam Bako said, it should be Mr. and Mrs. They should be open. You have decided to marry. Why are you trying to be married but not married?
Not married.
All right, your thoughts, sir.
Yeah, I think my last thought on this is that when you happen to be in that situation, please, men, after the normal release of upkeep of the house, make additional provision for the woman, because there are needs of the woman that the woman might not always come to ask you openly to say, please, I need money for this. If you do that, I'm sure the account will run well.
Right. Thank you.
I want to add this. Opening a joint account brings sincerity and makes you humble.
Okay, guys, one of our counselors, right?
The benefits.
It said it makes you humble and
it brings sincerity.
Yes. All right, thank you, Peggy, for that. All right, that was our show on the family segment. Once again, thank you, Pastor Richard Spain, for sharing your thoughts with us. Madam Bako, we are grateful.
Always.
Daybreak continues after this moment. Please don't go away.